Hi, I'm Radical Coder. This is Umbreon. And real quick, before we dive in, if you want to make sure this little dude stays fed and warm, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments what I got right, what I got wrong, or what you want to argue about. Let's go. Next, we're going to watch a video by Amy Dangerfield, the dangerous Dangerfield. And she has a Rubik's Cube, apparently. Yo, Amy, what's up? What's up, Rubik's Cube gang? Love that for you, queen. One elephant on each side of the bar. That's right. 2 plates either side on warm up. She can't solve it. I don't know that. Okay. I don't know that. Also, I'm curious. Was Amy one of the people who got the non-Epstein files from Trump? Like the basic, like the nothing files? Because like right here, she's got the Epstein files on her wall. Was she one of those people? It's a prop. Mine too. Remember, well, Trump gave like a bunch of right-wing influencers the Epstein files, right? But it was all just like already public information. It was all shit that was already out and nothing new. And all those people are running around like saying, "Oh yeah, now look at this." A lot of them were actually like disappointed, I think. And a few of them mentioned that Trump is like on the flight logs like 7 times. And that he said that Epstein is a great guy, a lot of fun to be with, who loves beautiful women almost as much as he does. Some of them on the younger side, they forget to say that. And they'll be like, "Oh, he banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago." And it's like, he banned him like a few months before he was he banned him in like 2007, I think. Like Epstein had already been there was already a lot of stuff out about Epstein by that point. Like, see how I handle youth practice. That's right. It's time for Ryan's I can save her segment. I don't think I can. I don't think I can save Amy. Okay. I think she's too far gone. I thought so. And when I started watching this video, I thought maybe, but no, I don't think so. I think she's too far gone. I think she's a baddie. I think she's a baddie. And I mean that in like she's a bad guy. I think she might be a little evil. Hacks walk out of the White House with prop binders holding them up so proudly. Yeah, exactly. Like the Lion King holding Simba. Like flipping with your pointer, tiny big finger, whichever is more convenient, shows that you know how to use it. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, Amy. Okay. All right. Let's see what she has to say.
To talk about the Guardian's article that mentions the womosphere, or the womanosphere, I believe is what they call it. Just a terrible name. It certainly doesn't flow. But this is...
I think it flows just fine. Womanosphere. I mean, there's the manosphere and there's the womanosphere. Just because she can't say it, just because she can't pronounce it, doesn't mean it doesn't flow well. I think it's great. Womanosphere. It's pretty apt, if you ask me. I mean, we're talking about people like, talking about people like Candace Owens. I mean, look, we got Candace Owens holding a sign that says "Make him a sandwich." We got Brett Cooper. Rafiki holding up an Epstein binder. Who is she? Chat, I can change her. It's Amy Dangerfield, bro. Valuetainment. Endure. It's a little small bean prop binder for a bunch of right-wing hacks. Exactly. Womanosphere. I mean, I feel like it's not that. There's the manosphere and there's the womanosphere. Yeah, you can't. That's right. Yeah. I thought for a second too. What a shame.
This is the anti-feminist media and their apparent push to make women thin, fertile, and Republican.
They want women to be thin, fertile, and Republican.
This is hilarious.
I mean, I don't have a problem with 2 of those things.
It mostly focuses on voices like this is hilarious. It mostly focuses on voices like Brett Cooper, Candace Owens, Alex Clark. You knew right off the bat this was going to be a hit piece because of the way they invoked the word womanosphere in a similar way to.
She's saying that like you knew it was going to be a hit piece because they called it the womanosphere, and manosphere people think is a bad thing. So womanosphere is obviously also a bad thing, and she's right. It is. They are referring to it as a bad thing. Yeah, more. Listen. Being Australian is a disability, but we still we appreciate it. Okay. Only cramming women in the same enunciation as man. Yeah. Womanosphere. The womanosphere.
To how they talked about the manosphere, which obviously is framed in a very negative way, especially in the mainstream media. I mean, they're basically stating that there is some dark agenda by the Jordan Petersons of the world, the Andrew Tates, the Fresh and Fits, to essentially convert
Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit to do what, Amy?
people over to Trump. Andrew Tate's the Fresh and Fits to essentially convert people over to Trump. And
I mean, all of those people steer people towards Trump, right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Where's the lie? Where's I mean, problem? Like, yeah, they do that. Okay.
And now they're essentially saying the exact same thing with the womosphere that Candace Owens, Brett Cooper, Alex Clark, and
okay, I don't know who Alex Clark is, but Brett Cooper and Candace Owens both worked previously for the Daily Wire. Like, they come from a pro-Trump media sphere. Amy is so hot. She is a baddie, but in multiple ways. Okay. She's suggesting it's not. She's implicitly saying it's not true. She's saying it's like a conspiracy theory. It's ridiculous. People say Peterson was based. Now he's insane. I think I knew he was always insane. I actually just uploaded, or I didn't re-upload it. I made public my first conversation with Kyla from back in the day, where I confronted her about her take about Jordan Peterson being a progressive before. I'm like, no, that ain't it, girl. That's not it. No, there's no such thing. The progressive Peterson lore is just, it's not true. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm remembers the lies. Vikram says, Sippy Squirtle, Sippin' Squad. We love the Sip Squad.
probably all the people here at Valuetainment as well, all the women here.
I feel like she's confirming that they are part of that pipeline by like joking about it. Like she lists fucking Candace Owens and Brett Cooper, again, Daily Wire media people, or at least formerly Daily Wire voices. And she's like, okay, well, that I bet that includes us over here at Valuetainment as well. And like, yeah, probably does. Probably does, Queen. Yeah.
Are converting our fellow ladies over to be Trumpers too. Very interesting. We're going to talk about voter sentiment and the way the statistics have kind of shifted towards the end of the segment. But first, let's dive into some of the key quotes from the article, and I'll give you guys my thoughts. The first one here. The type of women these commentators valorize is thin, straight, fertile, traditionally feminine, conventionally attractive to men, and white. Though they tried to avoid overt racism, instead opting for sentiments like, as a minority woman, I'm here to say you'll be happier and much more fulfilled when you are consumed thinking about your race.
Okay. The type of woman these commentators valorize is thin, straight, fertile, traditionally feminine, conventionally attractive to men, and white. True. That is in this spaces, those are the women who they promote the most, right? For the most part. Like, we have the exceptions. They have their Candace Owens. Fertile is so gross. Listen, we love our fertile ladies, okay? They try to avoid overt racism generally, not the Fresh and Fits, right? Some of these spheres do try to avoid overt racism. And again, Jordan Peterson used to talk about race and IQ, which is one of the things I brought up in that Kyla discussion. So that was a little bit of overt racism, Mr. Peterson. But instead opting for sentiments like, as a minority woman, I'm here to say that you'll be happier and more fulfilled if you aren't consumed by thinking about your race. And so Amy is gonna tell us why that's she's gonna mock this she's gonna mock them pointing this out as a problematic sentiment. But
well, where's the lie? Honestly, like, when has anybody felt better by being consumed thinking about their race? I honestly could not think of.
It's not. sorry. Give me a second. She's gaslighting you, right? Do you feel it? Do you feel the gaslighting? I'll give you a second. They're pointing out that this sentiment, instead of overt racism, they say things like, as a minority woman, I'm here to say you'll be happier and more fulfilled if you aren't consumed by thinking about your race. So they're gaslighting by saying that you, like, the problem that Black people have is that they're consumed by thinking about their race, right? They're like, so the people they're talking about the gaslighting happening here. This article is talking about these influencers gaslighting, and then Amy doubles down and gaslights us further by saying they're not gaslighting, they're right.
Well, where's the lie? Honestly, like, when has anybody felt better by being consumed thinking about their race? I honestly could not think of a more offensive thing to tell someone than they will never be successful based off the color of their skin. They will always be discriminated against.
Nobody said that. Nobody said people will never be successful based on the color of their skin. Amy, nobody said that. Nobody in that article said that. Nobody's saying that when they talk about racism. If anything, understanding racism, understanding the structures that lead to disparate outcomes among different races of people, well, is probably empowering, right? Because it's like, oh, there's not something wrong with me, right? It's not like I'm inherently broken. Like it's oh, there's actually reasons that, like, these disparities exist. Oh, okay, there's structural stuff. Oh, well, that's helpful. Now I can understand that and I can navigate better. Oh, cool. That's helpful. Thank you for helping me understand the world better. It's not like, oh no, I'm discriminated against forever, and now I'll never be able to do anything ever. I'm gonna fail forever, and that's bad.
Against based off the color of their skin, that the content of their character and their work ethic, the value they bring to the marketplace, is not enough to supersede that.
It's not if they are still not, if they're trying to figure out, why am I not getting callbacks even though I'm, like, overqualified for this job, and it's like, oh, well, it turns out that apparently when it comes to job applications, if you have a Black sounding name, that you might be getting less callbacks even if you have the same qualifications. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that's a structural thing that I can recognize and see and understand, like, oh, that might be why I'm not getting a callback from this job that I was totally qualified for, right? Same thing people say against autism, like, now everyone is autistic. Yeah,
that's offensive. I would be very offended by that. Likewise,
you should be offended.
It's equally as
Black
offensive
people,
when you tell a white person that they are only successful by virtue of their whiteness. Also,
again, nobody's saying that. It's just like there are things that you have access to through means of whiteness, right? It's not like, oh, the only reason you've ever done anything good in your life is because you were white, because of the pigment of your skin, which is not what people are talking about when they say whiteness anyway. But you know, how many times can we have that conversation?
So, very, very offensive thing to say to someone. So where's the lie? I agree. This is kind of a narrative that we are.
I'm sorry, does that say Rittenhouse of Cards? Is that Kyle Rittenhouse? Rittenhouse of Cards? Are you fucking kidding me? That's crazy. The prop game here is insane, dude.
So where's the lie? I agree. This is kind of a narrative that
the lie's coming from you. The lie's inside the house. The lie's coming out of you, Amy. You're the liar. Yeah, no, actually, yeah. No, it is like it is high level.
We are trying to get across to people because it's true. All right. Anyone who falls outside of this mode is subject to relentless mocking and disparagement, though they have different tactics.
If you've ever watched Fresh and Fit, ever watched whatever podcast, ever any of these things, you absolutely know that's true. That anyone who falls outside of this narrow mold is subject to relentless mocking and disparagement. Constant. It's fucking disgusting, and it's everywhere. Okay. I hope he did go through a lot, but somehow, instead of letting that shape him into someone who understands the value of due process and making sure that people don't presume guilt before a fair trial, he's out tweeting about how Carmelo Anthony should be in prison for life before his trial. So apparently Kyle Rittenhouse didn't learn his lesson about a complex self-defense case and the presumption of innocence. Apparently he didn't learn shit. Apparently he's a fucking moron who has no idea what the moral lesson that he was experiencing was at its core. So, best of luck to him. Just a poor little killer. I do have empathy for
in
him,
turns,
some
like their
ways, but
cohorts
anyway, it's
in the manosphere, they play.
So they have different tactics and tones, like their cohorts in the manosphere. Again, it's like these are anyone who consumes this kind of content understands perfectly like what's being described here. Even if you enjoy this kind of content, these are the things you like about the content, right? Like a lot of it, like these are the things that people appreciate about it. But
play with the idea that calling women fat or ugly is fun and transgressive, framing it.
They absolutely do this
as a part of a virtuous quest to rid society of woke feminist ideals.
Here comes a
First of all,
gaslight.
saying that anyone who falls outside of this mode is subject to relentless mocking and disparagement is just absolutely incorrect. I can only speak for me and the people.
It's absolutely incorrect because I can speak for me and valuetainment.
Here at Valuetainment, but one of our core tenets is debate. It's this idea that we're not always going to be able to agree on everything in the marketplace of ideas, but let's sit down, talk about it, and hash it out.
Let's talk about what a fat, ugly bitch these women are, right? We can talk about these fat, ugly bitches. We have a debate about it. We can debate about how ugly and fat they are. That's what she's saying, right? No, I don't. That's not what she said. But I mean, that's what it sounds like because when she brings up Fresh and Fit and what, she didn't say whatever, but like Fresh and Fit in the same breath and like compares that to valuetainment. I don't know what they do. I don't know if they do that. I don't watch their fucking show. But that's what they do on Fresh and Fit. That's what they do on whatever podcast.
We live in a free speech society. So that's one of the benefits is we get to take advantage of debate. You either win and strengthen your position or you lose and you learn. But either way, I think both of those are wins to me.
Let's debate Amy. Amy, I would love to debate you. Okay, Miss Dangerfield. I know we got mutuals. I know we can make it happen. All right, let's ask Lauren De Laguna. Lauren can make it happen. I'll hit her up. Let's debate. Let's do it in the marketplace of ideas. My brain is still frankly in recovery mode from taking in so many high level ideas from all the content we've seen already tonight. So let's make it happen.
To be fair, though, with the last point that they made there are a lot of fat liberals. Just saying. Anyways, the next quote here. This lie
literally ends it by contradicting the entire thing, right? Like, oh, well, we don't do that here, but those fat liberals, those dumb fat liberals, man. Like, it's crazy. It's great. I'm sorry. It's insane. I don't remember the first time I saw Amy. Like, this is how I know. And this is how, like, when I saw this, I was like, oh, she's like actually like a monster. Because I remember like the first time I saw her, I feel like it was on God, what was it? She was on like one of Destiny's podcasts, I think. And she was like being super reasonable at the time, but I think she was just kind of blending in to that environment. But clearly she's a more nefarious actor.
Lifestyle propaganda was serving a much more sweeping and nefarious conservative agenda. As she put it, if you're going to tell a generation of young women that it's bad to be a feminist, the Trump administration is pro.
It's not bad to be a feminist. The Trump administration is not pro-woman.
Woman, that they should be having babies immediately and more often, and that the pill is bad for them. That is
Should be having babies when they're ready to have babies, right? You guys talking about written? We're having the Rittenhouse discourse. We'll settle it this time.
Huge setback you're proposing for American women. Well, first and foremost, it
True.
is bad to be a feminist. You know, feminism was actually
Why? Why, Amy? Why is it bad to be a feminist? Is it because of something about the values of feminism that makes it bad? Is it what is it? Tell me, Amy.
created by a woman called Kate Millay, who was a known feminist and Marxist. And yes,
Oh, oh, it's because it was founded by a communist. Oh, I thought we were gonna criticize feminism for like the values it holds or like the ideas behind it, and because we're in the marketplace of ideas. This is what she was saying, right? She was just telling us how we're debating in the marketplace of ideas. So we're talking about how feminism was founded by a communist, and that's why it's bad. Okay.
yes, socialism, Marxism, communism, these things are bad. So I
Okay. So Marxism, socialism, communism, these are bad. So and feminism was founded by a Marxist or communist or whatever. So feminism is bad. Okay. Okay. I see. Very logical. I get it. Yeah. Good point, Amy. Great stuff. Very logical.
would say that it is pretty bad and also ineffective to be a feminist. In fact, even women who are more reasonable that call themselves a feminist agree that too often this term has become synonymous with man hating, which just isn't going to get you anywhere in society. Next, to say that the Trump admin
That's true. So feminism is bad because it was made by a communist and because sometimes it goes a little bit too far and people agree that it can be like man hating in essence. So it's the worst thing. So it's bad to be a feminist because of those things, right? Did you know they shot it? Wait, is that even true? I don't know if that's. I think you might be spreading. Yeah, I don't know if there was a shot. I'm not sure that's actually accurate. I don't think that's true.
hates women is insane because have you seen all of the women who are working with him? From Caroline Levitt, Christine
Look at all these evil women who work around Trump. He's clearly not. He's so super pro women. He has Caroline Levitt lie for him all the time.
Pam Bondi, Tulsi
He has
Gabbard.
Pam Bondi and Tulsi Gabbard, professional liars who lie for him constantly. How could he? How can Trump not be pro women? He has all these lying women.
But there are so many different women who are working with him right now. Plus,
Solve the Rubik's Cube, Amy. I want to see you solve the Rubik's Cube.
all of the legislation that he put in place to protect women and girls, to uphold the integrity of women's
To protect them from the like 100 trans athletes in the country, to protect them from playing volleyball with a trans girl.
sports. Trump is definitely pro woman. So that part is 100%
So pro woman,
accurate.
the most pro woman, the most overturning Roe v. Wade being pro woman, the most introducing the SAVE Act, making it harder for or working with actually one of the only things that they actually have been working through Congress to do has been the SAVE Act, which makes it harder for women to vote. Super pro women. We love Trump is so pro women. All these women, these girls, they understand exactly how pro women this guy is, and that's why they're all here circled around him, because they understand exactly how much good he's doing for them in their futures. They have a great concept of that and deep understanding of how good he's going to be for their futures.
The point that women should be having babies early and more often, we are literally facing a population decline right now.
How many okay, I don't know. Does Amy have kids? Amy Dangerfield. See. Don't see kids. Maybe she does. Wait, let's see. Oh, this is not her. Oh wait, this is like someone else's. I don't think this is her. It's someone in like Arizona. I don't think she has kids. Okay, I don't think Amy has kids. Practice what you preach, girl. You guys are just fighting about Kyle. Yeah, she's not even saying that. What did she get wrong? I want to see. Let's see. Bro decided to cosplay as a militiaman. I mean, he did do that. That's true. He did shoot people. I mean, this is also true. I don't know. What did Michelle say that's wrong about it so far? I actually don't see any. I think Vic's just Vic. Are you just trolling? Like, I don't know what's happening right now. Okay.
Where we are below often, we are literally facing a population decline right now where we are below replacement level. So I don't think that's very terrible rhetoric to be sharing with people. Okay.
Well, what are you doing, Amy? Go make some babies. What is this? Wow, congratulations, Vic. You're amazing. I mean, you said that she got everything wrong. You said Michelle got everything wrong. So what was that? How was I supposed to show your side if you're saying she got everything wrong? I was pulling up her messages, like where she said things about the case, and it all seems to like be fairly accurate. I don't know what. I want you to point out what she got wrong. I want you to be more specific. What did she get wrong? I wonder if people mad at Vikram hogging the squat rack in the gym realize he's in a very important debate. Stop. Okay. I gotta get back. I gotta convince Amy to go make some kids. Okay, Amy, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And also the fact that the pill is bad. There are just way too many studies and side effects for me to even spend a large sum of time on this one. But
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that Amy's on the pill? I'll ask her in our debate.
Thing from nausea, headaches, mood swings, weight changes. It literally changes your hormones from the inside out. It's not.
It changes your hormones. Look, you're my chat. You're part of my content. Did you check? I don't know why you're, because it's interesting. I'm engaged. Let me cook.
Not normal, it's not natural, and I would also say that yes, the pill is bad. So I would agree with the character.
It's not natural. Hey guys, it's not natural. Okay, it's not natural, so it's bad. Non-natural means bad. Thanks, Amy.
Of pretty much this entire quote, and I'm not sure in what universe this could possibly be construed as a bad thing. Let's take a look at the way some of these commentators reacted to this article. You have Brett Cooper, thin, fertile Republican.
Thin, fertile Republican sounds hot. Again, two out of three ain't bad, right? The Guardian slamming me for allegedly advocating for women to be thin, fertile, and Republican. If the alternative is fat, infertile, and Democrat, that's such a weird, such a weird angle. Is there? Yeah. Well. There's something about, I don't know, there's something about the word. I can't, I don't know. Maybe it must be just a biological drive that I'm, there's something about the word. But I get it. When they say that, I'm like, okay, I get it. The Republican part though, nah, that's less so, much less so.
Republican sounds hot, LOL. Alex Clark said the Guardian is shaming me, Riley Gaines and Brett Cooper for allegedly.
It's his slamming. Amy, come on.
Advocating for all women to be thin, fertile, and Republican. You know what? Hell yeah. Riley Gaines says the alternative is fat, infertile, and Democrat. I know.
Yeah, that's right. There are two body types, thin and fat, right? And you can be fertile or infertile, which I guess that's technically true. But you can be less fertile, right? Oh yeah, I want you to get pregnant for the next 9 months, baby. Well, when you put it like that, it's even hotter. Yes, actually, yeah, that's even better now.
Yeah. Know which one I am choosing. Let's talk about the voter stat, guys, and this idea, this theory that the womosphere is actually the
womanosphere,
this evil secret mission to convert women to being Republican. yeah, women have been moving towards Trump. In the last election overall, the support for women amongst Trump grew by 5% when we're comparing 2020 to 2020.
It grew by 5%. But was that because they thought that Trump was better for women? Or is it because women are like also have complex voter patterns and recognize things like inflation? And this last election was largely a referendum on inflation, and women also felt the impacts of inflation, and so they voted for the alternative candidate than the one they associated with the previous administration. No, it must be because they think Trump is super pro women, right? Because they just didn't realize that he overturned Roe v. Wade, or at least they didn't care enough for that to override the other thing, right? OMG, babe, I want to put stress in a relationship, right? Stop it. Yeah, I'm telling you.
And when it comes to young women in particular, ages 18 through to 29, he improved his performance quite a bit, securing 40% of their votes in 2024 compared to the 33% in 2020.
Yeah, but again, like what issues? Look, literally, it's in the fucking. It's literally on her chart. It's on her chart. It says inflation and the cost of living, immigration and the border, jobs and the economy, and then abortion. Abortion's number 4. Like these are like the top 3. Wait, what is she proving? What is she trying to prove here? I don't understand. Maybe I misunderstood. Like what's this chart supposed to show? What?
And when it comes to young women in particular, ages 18 through to 29, he improved his performance quite a bit, securing.
This chart isn't about that. No way, dude. Wait, am I dumb? Am I stupid? Am I missing something here? There's no section of this that says 18 to 29, right? What is happening? Am I losing my mind?
40% of their votes in 2024 compared to the 33% in 2020.
That this chart has nothing to do with that. What is going on? Why are they showing this chart for that stat? It doesn't make any sense. Is it an accident? They just threw up a random ass chart. Why do that? Why do this? What was going through your mind? I don't understand how you prepare a video like this. How do you what they had like the intern edit it, and they just like, well, here's a chart about voting. All right, they just googled like chart women voting chart, women voting chart. Okay, it didn't come up there. So they didn't Google women voting chart, at least. So a little bit of credit to them. Yeah, well, I'm brainwashed. I'm brainwashed because I don't understand why she's showing this chart that has nothing to do with the thing she's saying.
2024 compared to the 33% in 2020. Now, this next stat that I want to talk about here is the one that is really surprising to me and honestly really, really encouraging as well. And it's this: pro-choice women. Approximately 25%.
Okay, this is the chart she was just showing. So this is the chart she meant to show, I think. So they just accidentally showed this chart twice. Okay, let's see.
Of women who believe abortion should be legal in all or most cases still voted for.
It's still not. This is still not that chart. It's the same chart, and it still doesn't say what she's talking about. It still doesn't show what she's referring to. What is happening?
Trump, suggesting that other issues such as the economy, border security, and other things influence their decision. The shift of women moving towards the right seems to be coming from multiple different perspectives. Pop culture, for better or for worse, has played an important role. And a part of that is the fact that now there are figures like Brett Cooper, Candace Owens, the people here at Valuetainment who are taking the news and political topics that would not usually be interesting to people, and they're making them more
insufferable, making them insufferable and awful and unenjoyable, and with the same chart twice that has nothing to do with the stats you're referencing. Thanks, Michelle.
palatable. So it's easy for people to listen, understand, get informed.
So palatable.
And as a result,
I feel so informed. Don't you guys all feel so informed now? Aren't we informed? Aren't we way more informed now after seeing that? Right? Aren't we just so much more informed after we saw those charts that showed the data that she wasn't talking about?
they're able to make more informed and better choices, meaning they're not these single issue voters.
Finally, we're informed. We can make better choices because we're not single issue voters like those women who voted for inflation and the cost of living, or immigration and the border, or jobs in the economy. Or the third of women ages 18 to 44. I swear, whoever edited this video is like a liberal psyop. They're trying to get the good word out. They're like, yeah, over a third of women rate abortion as a top issue, alongside these other issues that they also really care about. And it's all thanks to Amy.
People should vote Democrat. Obviously, in the last election, we also saw it was the option for the main reason why people should vote Democrat.
People should obviously vote in the last so true, Amy. People should vote Democrat.
Election, we also saw it was the whole threat of democracy thing as well. But I would say those were their true biggest hands. It's the whole threat of democracy thing as well. But I would say those were their true biggest hands that they
just a little coup, just a little insurrection, just a little hang Mike Pence, just a little burst down the door of the Capitol, or burst down Nancy Pelosi's door and shit in her office. Just a little assault police officers.
He played. But it's truly great to see that this grip that the Democrats have on female voters is slowly starting to loosen, because once again, these other issues are taking higher precedence. When we talk about illegal immigration, for example, the heat index on this issue was so high for so many people because it was literally in their front yard. They were being impacted by it on a day-to-day basis. Exact same with the economy as well.
I don't think they
and
were.
So it's a result of multiple things. Yes, pop culture is causing some influence, but I would say for the most part, it's just people who are becoming informed, and they're just making better informed decisions and more balanced decisions that are less led by their emotions on the direction that they want the country to head. And for me, that is definitely something to smile about.
Wow, thanks, Amy. That's awesome. Tom is fair. That's true. Just a little bit of tomfoolery, a little bit of Tom Farrelly. Like they gave the editor a wrong graphic to use. The editor didn't really understand and selected a graphic of their own. Well, I don't know, because towards the end, she did allude to that chart. Like the last thing she was saying actually did reference that chart more. Like where she was like, "Oh, well, it's not there are these other issues that are ranking high." Like that chart did show illegal immigration as like an issue high on the chart, right? Like, look. Immigration and the border. So not illegal immigration, but immigration and the border. So it makes sense a little bit. But Tom Floyd doesn't lie. Did you know he mentioned mobile detailing and linguistic marketing? Listen, my father, the inventor of toaster strudel, mobile detailing, and linguistic marketing, is going to be hearing from you, okay? Tom Fairly Slow. We love Tom. Tom is fair. And a little bit of a liar sometimes, but he's fair. He's fair, okay? I like Tom. One of my most popular videos right now is me and Tom having a conversation about whether or not Hassan is anti-Semitic. I like Tom. He's quite smart, but he does lie a lot. He never wants to admit. He just doubles down. Well, don't we all? Don't we all double down until we realize we're wrong? And we have to reflect on it a bit. I don't know if it's always that bad. But I remember like it's the lab thing. It's like bleh. You ever just And a lie just, ugh. I saw your cute top 5 creators you sent for. Yeah, that's a great short. Highly recommend it. If you guys haven't seen it, check out the top 5 creators that Radical Coder sims for. No spoilers here, except for Tomfoolery is one of them, and Kat Abu Ghazaleh is another one. Highly recommend. Highly recommend both. Trump invented the word equalize and groceries. Trump brought back the word groceries. No one used the word groceries until Trump brought that back. Trump really leaned into the word groceries. No one was saying that. Okay.
Fizz in my cup, swimming good love. It was you at the club, miss your touch. Go again, baby, what's up? Nothing feels right, so let's mess up everything.